that all those things he told us about what he's doing in terms of development in the state, they are just as he said it. They are real. And I'm very happy today to see that some of the sons and daughters of Benue are in this hall today. In fact, the chairman of the press corps, Emmanuel Anule, is there. Pat Giado is also here. And Oche Egua. So thank you very much. I want to thank all the people who followed the governor here for coming. I think what we are witnessing in Benue, honestly, I must say, is a paradigm shift. I say I've been there before. In the past, I'm a very old person in the journalism business. I remember in 1979-83, our governors were not just paying salaries. They were also building factories, creating jobs, creating opportunities. And that's what the pattern that I've seen in Benue. The governor is, as I said, is waking up moribund industries and is creating new ones. Some states are not following that path. Maybe they are building roads, building bridges, but Benue has been exceptional in terms of adding value to what it does. And I think that's, to me, that's what I recommend to many states to follow. You can't just be building roads. You have to create industries. You have to create opportunities for jobs so that people can, I mean, at least you know there's something for them that the government is doing, so that all this drift from the rural areas to Abuja or Lagos will stop. And I think, let me also say that the president is a very happy man. Having been a governor himself, he has seen that the opportunities he created by ending subsidy has triggered a lot of good reactions in the states. States, as I said, they are now dreaming big. They are dreaming big. They are doing a lot of things that some 4 years ago they could not do. In fact, I'm very hopeful that if Nigerians give this president another 4 years, you may find a situation whereby Nigerians, if I live in Benue, I don't need to go to Abuja or Lagos to look for work, because each state can be a development center. Instead of just being a salary-paying center. And I think we have moved beyond that. The fiscal space that President Tinubu created in 2023, we are seeing the results, showing a lot of fruits. And I think if you stay on that trajectory, Nigeria will be better for it. I must once again thank the governor for coming, for telling us a lot of things about what his government is doing in that state. I also want to thank all of you for coming. Thank you, my fellow journalists, for attending this forum. And we expect very good reports. Mr. Governor, I must say this is the first time we're having a field hall. I think your coming really generated a lot of interest, not just from your citizens, but from others. So thank you very much, Press Corps, for honoring the governor. Maybe one day we'll invite him again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Granting more power, granting autonomy to the local.
When I came in, this is how it was begun. When I came in, it was only the legislature that had full autonomy. The legislature. So the first outing I had with the judiciary, at the start of their year. And then with the local government leaders I made it very clear that it is a law on autonomy and they have it. So when I speak about this very passionately, it's because I'm not hiding nothing. Our local government autonomy is sacrosanct and they have it. The judiciary also have their own autonomy. These are verifiable facts. So when you hear the shenanigans talk about non-autonomy of the legislature, of the local government, of the judiciary, why are you not interfacing directly with those who are manning our local governments, with the judiciary even in the state, and then with the legislature itself? And they are truly applying this well, they are. As I speak now, on their own, our local governments have also declared emergency on road infrastructure. And they have turned a number of areas in their local government into work sites. And that is exciting. Where do you think the money is coming from? It's what they get. They are very directional about this. And then they have taken up on those projects. And they are doing them. So it's a plus. Not just to us, also to the law on autonomy itself. And I believe and I encourage every other person who is not on this path to move into it as well. Because it works. How does it work? It's already freed my mind on a lot of things. I have less headaches. All I do is supervision. Get out there, cross-check. If it doesn't work, and then my life is even easier. Once I point it out, I say, you received this last month. Let them understand how it's spent. So I receive all the reports, and it's less stressful on me. It's less stressful. So what have you put in place? If you say insecurity, itemize, have insecurity, got all this spent. If you say it's farm, I need to understand that. So my role there primarily now becomes supervisory. And I have less headache. So once you have the right people in those places, and then the rest of it gets a very seamless flow. So it's ideal. Benue State, it's #1 compliant on autonomy.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.